aligns with my values of being responsible for nature. It is vital for me to ensure a green and great Mother Earth for all generations. I'm inspired to support the movement because I see the impact it has on individuals all around the world. With my 10 million tree planting project adding more impact to it. Earth Hour is important because it allows us to work towards achieving better resources for nature. Tourism and agriculture are the backbones for Tanzania's economy, and they're also nature-based. So if you don't stop climate change now, these sectors will collapse. I believe in the power of unity and that the climate crisis is a matter of urgency.
And we are live for GW3 Live. Today, it's not only Motivational Monday, but we like to make things happen. And today we have a special guest that's going to be joining us from around the world. Not only is he a renowned author, music director, as well as artist, but truly he's a man that understands the importance of world peace. The one and only Mr. Sid McNairy. Come on through. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing great, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, let's just say this. We got our start right there in the clubhouse, and now we're bringing it to everybody else's home. And it's wonderful seeing you here. You know, we always like to make sure all of our viewers know exactly our interviewees. So if you don't mind, Sid, I'm happy that you're here, but go ahead on and introduce yourself for the viewers, please.
All right. I'm Sid McNairy, and coming here from Jacksonville Beach, Florida. I've been somebody that's been really brought peace everywhere I go, and that's been a mission of mine. And after receiving the World Peace Award, I was kind of humbled on, wow, people actually recognize peace through me around the world. And so that's it in a nutshell. We'll get into more about me, but I've done a lot of different things. I've lived a lot of different lifetimes, and I'm an author, all these books back behind me and many more to come, and so many other things. So excited for this conversation.
On the stage. We're excited to have you as well. You know, I love technology, Sid. Just let me let you know that first and foremost. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it has a mind of its own. You know, let's talk about this. You know, people don't realize sometimes in our transition, some of the things that we have to go through. I have to ask this question. You know, just getting to know you, I always thought that you are a man of remarkable insight and so deep. You know, I remember when we were on the clubhouse, used to always do sort of like this whole healing space, and breathing was one of the techniques that I remember you were known for. Tell us, why is it so important for us not only to have, I would say, that right connection with our soul, but also to be able to remember the importance of pausing through a journey that sometimes we're not even aware of. Please share that with us.
Yeah, how it shows up for me is kind of the technique of stop, listen, and feel that I put into one of my books, The Secret Weapon, and that whole space of stopping gives me the time to look inside myself. After 47 years of meditating, what I learned was that on the inside, that connection is there, and it's a connection to God, and God is actually the thing that's moving everything through me and creating life. And I'm just somebody that is a conduit of that space, that the more I'm connected to the thing that created everything, the more I can help other people really step into their greatness as a manifestation coach, helping people create their lives. That me having that connection gives me the space to help others get to where they want to go.
And I think that's so important. And thank you for saying that, being able to help others to get to where they want to go. I feel as if right now, Sid, some of our individuals, you know, humans, sometimes they find a hard way of finding that true identity. So tell me, when did you realize that you knew who you were and who you needed to become to continue on evolving to make that transition to help others? How old were you?
Wow, that goes back to when I was 3 years old, and I had a surgery that I can remember being on the table and all the things were happening, and then all of a sudden I was back to the light, and the light spoke to me, so the light said, son, I got you. And I knew coming back what it would do through me. But then it took many years. I mean, it took really 33 years before I got to a place where I knew how I was going to express it into the world. So it was a journey. Even though I knew at 3 what it was I was here to do, I wouldn't recognize that or see it. I had to go through life like anybody else. I'm very fortunate that I had a somewhat regular life in the sense of sports and all those things that guided me. But 3 years old is when it started. And then recognizing it. I mean, I'm learning every day, even where I am now. I'm receiving the World Peace Award. I still find something new every day because that's evolution. That's happening. So I think for me, I'm glad that it hasn't stopped because I'd probably be gone.
Mm. Wow. Love what you said in regard to not only were you able to identify it at the age of 3, but realizing also that you were built for this. It was like a part of your calling and a part of your mission within itself. A lot of individuals, sometimes if they don't really know that true identity, they run away from that identity. And it gets scary. But I love the fact that you put it right back also with God, that's been able to guide you through so many of your remarkable triumphs. Let's talk about this Peace Award. All right, come on now. I mean, I can see how you could would be able to be the one to earn it. But share with me, when did you find out that you were receiving the World Peace Award, and how was it for you?
I mean, when I found out, I was actually sitting in the same chair, and I had been in these meetings with people from the Vatican about an event that they wanted me to come speak at. And at one point, the people started arguing, and I
Mm.
really wasn't. I mean, they're doing their own thing. They're inviting me to come. I didn't really have a lot that I needed to offer or say until I just wanted to know where I was going. And yet, when they got in this space of dis-ease, I said, okay, and now it's time for me to be the guy that this is why you wanted me to come. So let me bring peace to this conversation. And then they witnessed me being me and contacted these monks for that give out the World Peace Award and said, hey, we've got your person to give this award to. He's all the way in the States. And they contacted me, and I had never even heard of the award. And so when they first called, I was like, all right, is this real? Can you just give it to me over the internet? You want me to come to Sweden? And fortunately, my dad said, son, you got to go get that award. You need to go through the process because he's received so many awards. He was like, you have to go through the process of the award so that you can know who you really are. And so that was a big deal for me to head over to Sweden. I'm very fortunate that Liz, my wife, went with and captured so many moments, and that she was so selfless in saying, this is about you. I just want to be here. So please let me do what I want to do. So she captured all the pictures, and I got to meet people and have conversations and all those things. So it was very humbling, especially to eventually come back and see how deep these monks really were. And yet they knew me. That was the humbling thing.
Mm. I'm so grateful that your father said you have to go and get your award because, sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. And by the grace of God, I'm so happy that not only have you became one of the peace ambassadors of the world, it just really constantly allow you to be elevated. So therefore you can continue on making an impact for not only us, but I'll say this also for our future leaders as well. Now, share with us, Sid, in just coming into this role. I spoke to a birdie last week saying that you're on the microphone singing. Okay, I was like, wait, what? And country? might I add. So enlighten me, because of course we're hearing the voice, we're hearing the speaker voice, we're knowing the author, but country also. Talk to us about
Yeah.
that. How did that start?
That started, I mean, I was born in Baton Rouge, so I was born country, right? Like
That's right.
running around in the fields and in the bayou and having a good time kicking over ant mounds and all the different things. That's just the way it was. So
Yeah.
now we moved up north,
Okay.
and moved to the West Coast and back to Baton Rouge and then moved up north. And I moved with this country Southern voice, and which got me in a lot of fights with kids, that became my best of friends, with getting teased about my voice. And most people wouldn't, I think they hear me now, unless you're with me in a Southern place and my Southern just comes out because I'm just being me, right? And eventually, when we got back here after performing and all those things for years, when I came back here, I took time off and said, all right, I got to find my voice. And it
Mm.
just so happened when I found my voice, it brought me back to singing country, so that's what it is now, and it still has the flavor of everything that is me. It's like, okay, I was born in Baton Rouge. I got to make the gumbo, but I'm singing country.
Ooh, I love what you said. You had to find your voice. Oh man, I was so grateful that not only hearing some of your works, but understanding also the background behind it. Now this gives you an opportunity to continue on telling your stories, author, storyteller, in songs, right? And I want to ask this question because I know you have so many of your newest songs that's being dropped. Who are some of your inspirations? And then what was the first song that you wrote about? And tell us why.
Mm. Okay, so let me go, which is interesting because we're remaking that song. But
Mm,
inspirations. 5 years old, my mom used to sing. So we went to see Michael Jackson when I was 5, and there was only like 30 people, and it was Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5. And so that was an inspiration to stay with me my whole life. He's still an inspiration for me. So I'd go with Michael as far as singers go, and then as I got older, I went through all the different phases of Tupac and many different things. But I I commend my parents for challenging me to really get to know the words I was listening to and how those words were affecting my life. And so that evolved to, my mom had as students in high school, the Blowfish from Hootie and the Blowfish. They all went to my mom's high school at Seneca Valley in Montgomery County, DC area. And so they were part of that. But then they went to South Carolina for college, which landed them with Darius Rucker. So I got to watch Hootie and the Blowfish from a different vantage point than most people. Like, where did you come from? How did life move? And all those things. And so when my first song that we started recording, I've Been Waiting,
mm.
they wanted me to sing country. And I was like, nah, I'm a rapper. I'm a sacred person. I'm a this, I'm a that. And so it was just kind of funny that that was my first song, and here we are remixing it. And I use that song to really talk about my life and why I'm
Mhm.
here on earth, and that my brother Jesus came and no one listened to him, and he went back home, and we had a conversation with the creator, and now I'm here again, and I've been waiting to get to this moment. And that's my first song. I love that song. We still perform it today. Uh yeah, so that's why we're bringing it back and putting it on this album, because it has a new little flair to it with me, and we'll have a line dance in it. We're creating that space for it, and yeah, it's just fun to be able to create on that level for sure.
I love it. I love it. I can hear the Darius Rucker. I'm just letting you know as well. I've had the pleasure of watching him in concert, and what a good soulful person as
Mm.
well. And I cannot wait to not only see the video, I need to be in the video doing the line dance,
Yes, yes.
okay?
You have to get all those ladies together and do it
Yes, with the
together for sure.
I think it would be awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we're so proud of you. I just want you to know, with so much of the things that you've evolved into, as well, you keep on spreading your wings. And I like the fact that you're not afraid to go into a new space, that
Mm.
untapped territory, because sometimes people get so wrapped around when this is all that I know and I'm going to stick to what I know. But I'm happy that you are being able to be used as God's vessel to find even other ways to complete your mission while you're on earth. One of the things I would love to do, not only am I grateful that we have that in common, I am also an international peace ambassador, but I got to grow up to build up to get to become one of those world peace ambassadors. We would love to invite you to Atlanta.
Oh,
I know Atlanta's not too far from Jacksonville, right? We would love to honor you, because not only of your ministry, your mission, but because of your calling. This is the season we feel very grateful, being able to honor those who are doing the work. And you know what, Sid? You've been doing
mm.
the work. How does that make you feel living your best life, having that second chance, or even maybe that third or that fourth chance now in life? How does it make you feel?
Well, I mean, just as you said that, the emotions come to surface. Like to be seen, uh, mm, is humbling for one, and I guess a little rattling in a sense to just expose myself because you could have said anything you wanted to say right there, and I could be impregnated with the thought that moves with me all day, you know, and so fear isn't fear for me is just a barrier around myself saying, all right, you're about to experience something new that I've never felt before. So writing a movie and having people critique the movie, or writing my first book, or singing in front of people. Now, fortunately, because I've stretched that muscle so much, I feel comfortable that I'll be ready when it's time to sing in front of a million people, that I've stretched myself in that space so that I can deliver the message that's coming through me. Uh, so it's very humbling. And thank you for saying that you'll bring me out to Atlanta. I haven't been to Atlanta in a while, but I've got some people there I'd love to see and be part of that. So thank you. And yeah, I'm just excited to keep moving this thing forward.
Absolutely. And we're excited for you. You have GW3 Global Women Wealth Wars, the GW3 Global Society that's going to be rooting right with you as well. And the reason I'm so thankful that you not only have identified your calling and your purpose, you are right now living your life with all the intentions out loud and in color. And that's something that is so needed, especially during these times right now. I would love for you to share with the viewers, Sid, what is your give back? What is it that you do to give back, especially to our young leaders? I feel as if we want to know that as well.
Well, I think the number one thing that I give back to people is the opportunity to sit and look inside themselves. Like that was given to me. Peace was given to me. It wasn't I didn't I didn't really have to go earn it. I had to remember it and bring it forward, but giving people that space of hope, and through all the different things as we execute them, I'm very happy to be able to go and head over to Detroit on the 22nd and honor a lady, Ovella, that is receiving her honorary doctorate, and I get to present that. So I get to present spaces of people being peace for other people, and that's special to me to be able to carry that. My grandmom set me on the mountain and gave me my native name, which means he who brings peace. And so that's what I give to people. I walk in and I know people feel it. That's why they come talk to me. That's why I'm able to speak and sing on stages, is that gift is to spread God's peace. And that's why I'll continue to do that for the days that I get to see this side of the dirt.
Ooh, I love that. Ooh, get to see this side of the dirt. You're going to continue on with this peace mission. I'm going to send you out another invitation. Write it down now, okay? Next year for the United UN, we have the International Peace Day. I pray that you and your beautiful band could come and perform for that moment
Ooh.
in front of an audience of about 10 million. Okay.
Whoa. I said a million. Okay.
No, 10 million online viewers, 1 million in person. Are you able to? I'll give you, come on now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
I'm
Well, I'll make
sweating right
sure.
now, though. I want you to know I got a little heat on that.
You gotta, I know, right? I'm getting moist. Well, I would love for that to happen. You know, you have done such a remarkable job throughout the years. And as I share with you, I think now uh, Clubhouse has been around for almost 5 years. I know at least 3 years we were able to connect. And I remember pouring in on your one of your stages right there in the Clubhouse. And thank you for being an active person of definitely coming back into the Clubhouse. And I'm happy that we reconnected. Everything happens with the right intentions. Alongside with, I always say, God's timing. When that intersection meets with that readiness and preparation and God's timing, miracles always are on the other side.
I'm excited. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Well, Sid, I just want to say thank you. And before we close out the last message of the day, can you provide our viewers with words of wisdom that only you can pour into this community?
Awesome. And I'll start with this. All of life is determined by yours and my connection. We see what we are on the inside is a frequency that's running inside of me. So everything that I see, my frequency is what I see. So all of life is determined by your connection. If I see something I'm not liking in the world, shift in here, and what I will see will shift too. So as we do that, and I call everybody whenever I'm on the stage or speaking in this moment, I challenge you to step into peace, to commit to peace for 24 hours. Go through the whole day, 24 hours saying, can I just be peace? And if for some reason it falls, like maybe a couple hours from now, you're driving traffic and lose it, get back on, go another 24 hours. When you get to 24 hours, make it a week. When you hit it for a week, make it a month. When you hit it for a month, make it a year. When you hit it for a year, make it your life. That's how it got there for me. And it's just a walk that we can all do. Peace is possible in the world when we choose it one person at a time. So thank you.
You just heard it from the best-selling author, our world-class icon of the, right now I'm going to call you of the century, if that's okay with you, Sid. Peace. I mean, you can't even mention anything else other than peace and love, to me, goes hand in hand. Thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you for who the man you have become. And we're looking forward to seeing you on the other side of your greatness. Sid, this is what I say. We got to roll our shoulders back. We got to keep our heads up high. Not only are we grateful that we have been chosen to be the ones, right? We know there's work for us to do. And not only is it time for us to go blaze the universe, it's time for us to go and make a difference. Thank you for being here with us on the GW3 Live. We look forward to seeing you in Atlanta or around the globe.
Awesome.
Thank you again. Yes.
It's such a great honor to be able to raise funds for Living Beyond Breast Cancer organization.
Yes, thank you, Renee, very much for helping us to organize this event. It's for a beautiful cause, and it's always our pleasure to help people.